This is the plaintiff, Marquana Curry Tibbins. She says she purchased a car from the defendant, and she promised it was safe for her and her 4 kids. What a liar! On the 4th day she was driving it on the highway at high speeds, the wheel flew off that thing, and she spun out. Thank God the 5 of them weren't killed. She has proof positive the defendant knew there was a wheel problem, and she's suing her for the $1,268.09 she's owed. This is the defendant, Marcy Huff. She says she would never put anyone's life in harm's way, and she takes offense to the fact the plaintiff's insinuating that. She drove that car for 4,000 miles, never had any major problems with it, and she's sorry if the plaintiff got into an accident in it, but how's that her fault? She's accused of putting her mom in grave danger.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff bought a car from the defendant, says it was a death trap for her and her kids. But the defendant says she drove it for 4,000 miles with no problem. It's the case of you trapped me.
Okay. So you bought a car from the defendant.
Yes,
How did
ma'am.
you see the car advertised?
I seen it on Facebook
Okay.
from a good friend of mine.
And it was for sale for how much?
She originally wanted $2,200 for it,
And you talked her down to?
15.
All right. And did you have the 15? Did you go test drive it?
Yes, I did.
And did it ride fine?
It was kind of rocky
So why'd you buy it?
because she said that it was nothing major wrong with it, but the thermostat.
But if you felt it was rocky, why would you buy it?
Because I really don't know about cars. Like, I'm a female.
You know what? Okay, first of all, I can't stand that. Don't say that. I'm a female.
Right.
I may not know about engines, but I know if a car feels rocky and I should run, not walk away from the purchase. So either it didn't feel rocky, which is probably what the deal is, or it did feel rocky, and then when I ask you why, the answer cannot possibly be, I'm just a girl. You know, because that's just silly.
Right.
Okay, so how long did you test drive it for?
Maybe like 5 or 10 minutes.
And did you have a mechanic with you?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I mean, I don't expect you to go shopping with them because that would be expensive, but once you find a car you like, you might want to bring a mechanic and take a look at it. Nobody does that. They'd rather file a lawsuit afterwards. So, what went wrong on this one? Because it was pretty big.
Me and my kids just got off the freeway. I was coming home from work and picking up my kids, and all of a sudden we're getting right off the freeway, and the tire, it flew off. We're inside the tire. Me and my 5 kids are in the car. The car is going towards cars. Cars are like scattering everywhere. The tire is bouncing down the street and almost ran and it almost hit somebody's storefront. But the guy was outside smoking a cigarette, and he hopped out and grabbed the tire from hitting his storefront. And me and my kids were shooken
So
up.
did you feel the crash as your car went down on the one side?
Yes, and it caused more damage to the vehicle.
Right. Okay. What was wrong with that car?
To my understanding, it wasn't an everyday car for me. It was sitting up for about 5 months. I had a mechanic who was a backyard mechanic look at the car. He drove it around for about 5 months.
Wait, so he drove it for 5 months? Mm-hmm. Why?
He did some work on it.
Oh, he's a friend of yours?
Yes.
Okay.
He had
And then he didn't want to buy it?
He did want to buy it.
Okay.
He
Why
didn't have
don't
the
you just sell
money
it to him?
He didn't have the money up front.
Oh, okay. So you end up selling it to her. I presume you took the car back from the mechanic?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And what did he say was wrong with it at that point?
Nothing.
All right.
I drove the car to work after she contacted me, and the battery died. Had to have the car towed, had a new battery placed in it. So I drive to her house, my boyfriend and I, and we drove around for about 20 minutes or so.
With her?
Correct.
Okay.
She was driving the car.
She was driving the car?
Yes.
Okay. Did she ever complain that it was rough?
She tells me that she knows about cars. I told her that the check engine light was coming on because it needed.
Why did she say, I know about cars? What was she trying to say?
Because she was telling me that she knows minor things that the car needs. Something about the rotors. She said something about the rotors need to be replaced. She had an inkling about what the minor repairs that the car needed.
Okay.
The check engine light was coming on, and I told her that the thermostat needed to be replaced.
And then did she go in and take it to get a new thermostat?
No, I gave her my mechanic, the one that had worked on the car.
Okay, and then she calls him and you had a problem with him, right?
Yes, I did.
What was the problem?
First off, he was working on my car and he was drunk. He was smoking weed.
So he didn't end up fixing your car?
No, he didn't change anything. He took her money.
Okay, so you take it to another facility.
They fixed the thermostat, and then they said it was a thermostat sensor. But she never said anything was wrong with the body of the car. And when I say the car was shaking, I mean that the tires, that she said she put brand new tires on it.
Wait,
all the tires
stop a
were
second.
dry rotted.
Did you put brand new tires
I never
on?
told her that,
Did
no.
you ever say you put brand new tires
No.
on? Do you have an advertisement that proves that she said that she put brand new tires on it?
No.
All right. So go ahead.
When she got in the car, she told me she put a new battery in the vehicle. And she said, nothing's wrong with it. I'm 100% sure it's safe for you and your kids.
Okay.
So then when she gave me the receipt for the battery, she like slipped it in the car and put the manual on top of it. So then after we get in this accident or whatever, I look, and she paid $70 that the car looked at, and it clearly says,
Can I see that?
yeah, all this stuff is wrong with it. You can also see at the
Okay,
bottom.
hold on. So your boyfriend took it into Yorktown Service Plaza,
Correct.
and it says on the bottom, recommended service. Spark plugs and wire set appear original. Steering wheel off center and pulls right. Front wheel bearing noisy. Minimum one side needed. All tires are cracked, split, and dry rotted. Your boyfriend knows that on February 11th, according
Okay.
to this. Okay. So, did you bring the car in to get an estimate on the repairs?
Yes, I did.
And what did they tell you?
$1,100 to $1,200.
To do what? Let me see the estimate. So, according to you, the tires get discussed. And she tells you, I put 4 new tires. Do you have eyeballs, though? Because she didn't, and those, according to Yorktown, a few days earlier, they're saying that it was crack, split, and dry rotted.
Yes, it was snow, like all over the tires. It was ice. And then it was like around 6, so it was kind of dark outside.
Okay, there's numerous texts between you two. Do you have anywhere in a text where she tells you, I put 4 new tires? All right.
No.
You deny ever having told her that.
I never told
You
her.
deny ever having discussed tires with her.
Never told her that.
So even if she didn't know it was a death trap, even if she thought there were no problems, does she have any recourse?
No, because she should have done her research before buying the car.
What kind of research?
If there were any problems,
How does she know that?
get a professional.
There you go.
There's a website called Carfax, which provides facts on used cars. And also, the used car market is a classic example of a market for lemons, where it's just...
You almost sound like a Carfax pitchman to me. You looking for a job or something?
Nope, they're really good at advertising.
Not a bad pitchman. I'm telling you, you should think about this going inside the courtroom.
Whenever you buy a used car, you know it's an as-is sale. If you don't know, you should know. It's an as-is sale. That means there's no warranty on the car. That means you darn well better know whether the car is in good shape or not. And you can say, like every litigant says, well, I trusted her. Why? You just met her. You met her on the internet, so that's stupid. In any event, what you are saying is, well, Judge, there may not be any warranty on a used car because it's an as-is sale, but she promised me these were 4 new tires. And that's what you have to say here to have a complaint about the tires. Because it wouldn't be enough for you to get reimbursed if there is this document that says front wheel bearing noisy, minimum one side needed, all tires are cracked, split, and dry rotted. Would that be enough that somehow, without having said anything about the tires, that would somehow be a problem in selling a used car? The answer is no.
Right, but I mean, if she took it and got it lifted, these are the things that should have been disclosed to me, knowing that I have 4 small children riding in the car with me. You don't do people like that. I work 3 jobs. I have 4 kids. I'm a single mother. I saved up all my hard working money from flipping burgers and working as a line cook and cleaning hotels to get messed up around, and I have to get back and forth to work.
No, I understand. And I feel bad for you, but the law doesn't change depending on who the
Right.
plaintiff is. It's the law's the law's the law. So when you testify to me, where you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and you tell
Right.
me she told you there were 4 new tires, I got to believe that for you to win. And I know, and I see the text back and forth before, and I see that the texts talk about the thermostat,
Right.
and I see them talk about the new battery. I don't see them ever saying and I put 4 new tires.
If I can add, yeah. Prior to her buying this car, she had purchased another vehicle that turned out to be a lemon. I felt bad for her, and I told her, I'm not going to do you like this prior guy did you and just sell
I
your
know,
car
I
and
saw
leave
your
you.
text saying that before the
Right.
sale and after the sale.
I never told her anything about new tires. I never seen that information that
She found in the glove
never seen
compartment.
That. I didn't know all that stuff was wrong with the car. And had I did, I would have disclosed it with her. You could
Well,
see
you
from
left it in the car. You weren't trying to hide anything because this thing was in the
exactly.
car.
You can see from the pictures that those tires on that car, they don't even look new.
This is the wheel that ended up coming off,
Yeah,
right?
I never discussed with her that this car had 4 new tires on it. She told me when she had her tax return, all the things that she was going to do to get this car taken care of. She even told me that she was looking forward to putting a TV in this car.
I mean, this stinks that this happened to you. I don't mean to sound unsympathetic, but to tell her, lady, you got to pay her $1,200, she has to have lied about something. And
She did lie. She said
didn't
she
lie.
was not going to disappear on me. You're going to help me. So why would you tell me this?
But what? Okay,
come on now.
You know, what does that mean? That for the rest of your life that you own the car, she's paying for the repairs? You can't
No,
possibly think it means that.
with what
Yeah,
had
if I can
happened,
Stop talking. Go ahead.
I even have text messages asking. She's asking me, where am I taking the vehicle to? You said you were going to help me
Talk to
pay
me,
for
not
the
her.
repair. She said she was going to help me pay for this repair, and then she talked to her boyfriend, and then he's like, "Oh well, my hands are washed. I don't care anymore."
Okay, and I understand that. And I'm going to assume that to be 100% true, and it kind of sounds like that from the text, because I did read the text. She can change her mind. And then it's on me whether or not this is something that she's legally required to pay for. This is an as-is sale, and she's not responsible for it. I'm very sorry that this happened to you. I wish it hadn't, but it did. And this document, it does not make her into a liar. That's why all of a sudden she told me 4 brand new tires, which I don't believe she said, and I believe you're actually perjuring yourself in my courtroom when you say she said that. But in any event, this does not make her culpable, and I'm ruling in favor of the defendant.
So the plaintiff fails to prove her case. Ms. Curry-Tippins, I'm sure everybody feels sorry for you, but you just didn't have the ammunition you needed. You understand?
I understand that, but I just feel like they need to come out with a better law, and they need to secure people that work hard for their money so they won't buy messed up cars, because what she did to me, that was wrong. And if somebody would have died, that would have been serious, and she really would have had a bigger lawsuit on her hands.
Well, she said she didn't realize how bad those tires were.
She knew something was wrong with that car.
She said she didn't. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Really. Thank you very much. Ms. Huff, you really had no clue they were that bad?
No. It wasn't a car I use every day, but I was driving that car myself. I would never put anybody's life in danger, including mine. Just doesn't make sense.
Okay.
And I'm sorry it happened to her.
Yeah.
Thank
you very much. Okay. Harvey?
Okay, I'm gonna make this short and sweet. Even if you're buying a used car and it's an old used car, you can always negotiate a warranty if it's important to you. And I gotta tell you, a lot of times it's important. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.